Wow, wow, wow. Here we go again. Oh, Anton Daniels has responded back to Corey Holcomb, and it is exactly how I thought he would because it was the only way he could respond back. Yes, yes, yes. Now, they might say, well, man, what does that mean? It means exactly how it was said and stated. It was the only way he could pull that off. He was boxed in, and the only thing he could do is play the victim. Play the straight up victim card. Yes, sir. Hit the like button, good people. Glad to see y'all here. Yes, sir. Hit the like button up so they know you're not a bot. I see Outlaws bright and early when it ain't the Knicks losing. So here we go. Yep, we gonna listen to what he had to say because it was very vintage. We should be lining this up pretty much.
So you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. I don't.
That's not a good thing. If you're not communicating effectively,
So of course, I'm familiar, and of course, people were sending it to me yesterday and all of that, right? They were sending me everything about everything that was being said about my daughter and my wife and all of that stuff, right? And so the thing that I try to tell people on a regular basis is this: never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, let your emotions make you make illogical decisions. We are a thinking people now. We are evolving. We are no longer subjecting ourselves.
Why is it you had all that energy when he was coming for you?
Facts.
When he was talking to you?
Facts.
When he was directing all of his resources to you? You had all the energy. Call them snitches. You was calling him gay. You said you a dog walking. You beat him down. You said he was shaking. You said he was broke.
Facts.
Said you had more money than him.
Facts.
You was talking a lot.
Facts.
But when he decides that, hey, nothing's off limits, then your tone changes. It's just the moods that she was talking about, different personalities. Is this really Anton, or was it Anton that we seen at the Corey Holcomb show? Or is it the Anton that we seen on some of your morning shows? Which one is you? Because look at this.
To the same rules as the streets, as the culture, as the thing that we criticize the most. So I'm going to just say this. I'm not going to make it a long thing. I'm going to be very, very clear. And we're going to move on. I'm not going to address it again. All right. So here's the thing. Since the beginning of time, I've always, my number one thing in life, above all, when I made the decision that I wanted to have a kid, and I said that I was only going to have one kid because I wanted to make sure that I poured every single resource that I could into the kid, right?
I love the freedom.
And that is the purest thing that we can do, is that we can take care of our children. Our children are the ones that are our future. Now, I'll give you a little bit of insight for those of you that may not be familiar with my daughter. USA team. At different points throughout the year, she's usually ranked about number 2 or number 3 in the country. Junior Olympian, probably has close to over 325 medals, of which 200 and maybe 80 of them are gold. Has traveled across the world representing our country. And
shout out to his daughter, man. Sounds like a good young lady.
Yep.
Sounds like she has a bright future, ahead of her. And I know she got entangled with some grown folks' problems that she probably shouldn't have been involved in. But shout out to her. And, I really hope that it doesn't affect her as much and she can move on from this situation. But check it out.
And it's probably the sweetest soul that I personally know. Now, of course, we can be a little bit biased because all of our kids are the sweetest things to us. Those of us that are in our kids' lives and that are participating in our children's lives. But a very, very accomplished minor child, meaning that she's still a child. And one of the things that I tell my daughter every single day is that I want you to stay in a child's place. I never want you to grow up too fast. I never want you to be out here doing things that you're not supposed to do, because you have an expectation on your life. And so the thing that I've always done is try to protect my daughter against the world, from the world. And what this has shown me is that eventually all of our children, and she is still a child because she is an underage child, all of our children eventually will have to see how ugly the world is. All of them. Regardless of how we feel, regardless of what happens, all of our children will have to see, we'll have to see what the world is. What we as parents are supposed to do is protect them as long as possible, until they have to see what the world does.
So protection is in a lot of different ways. You can cover your family, right? Meaning, protect them financially, spiritually, emotionally, be there for, but also like to protect your family is to lead them away from what you do and not have a public display or public beef that's probably going to involve that person because that person may not care. See, you thought because you reached low that he wouldn't reach lower. See, that's the art of war. Always expect the unexpected. Always expect the unexpected. Check it out.
Right? So this is what I'm going to say. My focus right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and get into the show. My focus right now is trying to figure out the psychological damage, impact, and trauma that has been done to my daughter.
And this is why I'm going to sue him. Because I mean, he uses a lot of, you can tell he talked to a great attorney. He's using a lot of key words. But I talked to the attorney. And I actually asked him about something like this. This is what he told me. What happens is, if they mention your name, you have a case. If he said something about her daughter, the daughter's name, you have a case. If he's using a public picture that you posted on a public forum and you have a public platform and it's not copyrighted, the internet can use that picture.
This is true. This is unfortunately true. Unless it's so defaming that it caused some type of harm. So it's a gray area here. If you're using it to defame another person, or this image is used, depends on what the image is. But now it's a child. The child is underage. And because even though he doesn't say the person's name, and Corey, the situation can always change. Like it can always go into another direction. And the reason that it can always go in another direction is because people don't really gravitate to anything anymore. Like they don't look at what's really happening in the world today. They assume this is the route this is going to go. This is how that's going to turn out. And they take their eye off the prize. Now, if you look at the legal representation of this, all he's going to do, I don't think Anton wants to sue. It's the threat of the sue. It's this pursuit, this victim thing that he's doing. If you listen to his voice, it don't even sound like he even cares. It sounds like a script. Like this dude could really be a politician. He really did. Anton Daniels could be a politician. But it goes to show that there's different personalities or different levels to him, to where he always feels he's the smartest guy in the room. And when sometimes he get faced and backed into a corner, then, how is he going to respond to that? Being backed into a corner. Most people can't survive that. Some people can. But don't act like you wasn't in the mud swinging with this individual. And because they decided to go low when he says, I'm a dirtbag. This is a comedian you're going to war with. He gonna crack jokes like people used to do the dozen. They used to joke about people mamas. So what, mamas was off limits back then? You be in school. Hey, ain't your mama pretty? She got meatballs in her titties. I mean, dude, they would go off on your mama all day. They'd be like, dude, your mama got 2 feet growing out her titties. She tripped over and fell over and kept running. Dude, they will talk about your mama all day long in school. Your mama jokes. So don't think anything is off limits when it comes to a comedian. They will make fun of your baby, your child. They make fun of every damn thing you got. So don't think anything is safe. Nothing is safe when you in that realm. You got to understand that these are different levels. If you sue Corey, dog, you gonna get so much bad press that ain't gonna be good press for you. The best thing for you to do is say, I don't know what I'm gonna do at this time. Do exactly what you did. I knew you were gonna do this before it even came out, because it was your only thing you could do because you're boxed in. You have nowhere to go in the shit talking perspective. So you might as well get out now. You already look bad, and you can't get no worse. He said, this is when you start losing in 2K, and now the controller don't work no more. My controller is dead. It don't work. It's the only reason that went through. Then, he wants to make us, the audience, we're the problem. You ever notice that? We're the problem now. Like, you're the captain now. You're the problem now. You guys are okay in this? Like now he's like saying it's our fault. It's like, no, we're not the ones that's saying it. Okay? We're not sitting here saying, everybody who I've known said, I wouldn't have said that. I'm like, my goodness, I wouldn't have said that. I wouldn't have went out to his daughter. because we're not comedians. We're not going to go that route. This is why you don't battle comedians. You leave them the hell alone. They do this for a living. Keep your focus on the right person, that man. Stop looking at everybody else. I'm like, y'all okay with this? We're okay with it. And I'm like, look, it ain't us. They've got to be okay with it. It's you. That's your wife and kid. That ain't our wife and kid. That's yours. He ain't talking about my situation. He ain't talking about my mama. He talking about you. So if you put a public picture up, he could use that photo, put it up, and just start talking. But I want to know how in less than a day, everybody at school is bullying your daughter, and you had to pull her out of school. All that happened within less than a day? I'm quite certain the school your daughter go to, there is nobody in there that pretty much know that her daughter, or they was watching Corey Holcomb and saw her, and then they just turned into an all-out just teasing of the daughter. My daughter's in therapy right now. We taking her to see a specialist. Really? Well, if you sue, buddy, you're going to have to prove all that. You're going to have to prove that at that date and time, you took your daughter to these events. I hope you know that. You're a smart man, Anton. I know you know that. You can't go on the internet and say, I did this, this, and that, and then actually sue. And when they go out in court, they say, well, on this date at such and such, you suggested that the wife had already took the kid out of school. Well, we investigated because you know that's what a good defensive lawyer is going to do. They're going to investigate. They're going to talk to the principal of the school, say, did they pull the kid out of school on this date? No, she was here all day. Oh, so he lied. So you got to be careful when you play these games, Anton, that if you go and actually commit to going down this road, this could get to that situation. I don't know how old his daughter is, but if she's over the age of 10, they could put her on the stand. You know that, right? She could be called to the stand. I'm from Detroit, but I'm going to sue you. Right. You making the D look bad, man. You making the D look bad, man. Just get your money, man. That's all you got to do. Get your money. Comedian or not. That was foul as hell. What's foul is look, the video of his wife. What are you talking about? That's his wife that was talking about him. I don't see none of y'all talking about that. The stuff Anton was saying about him was foul after the whole thing. Talking reckless. He could do what he want to do. You say Anton mad because he got cooked. It didn't go the way he thought it was gonna go. He thought this gonna keep me in the algorithm. I'm gonna be, but here's the truth. Most black people don't deal with Anton Daniels. The black people that deal with Anton Daniels are normally conservative black men, and it ain't a lot of them. So That's the avenue he plays and he deals with. So his audience and Corey's audience are not the same. But he wants to cross over into Corey's world because he wants that. I need both sides. I need that. So he need that publicity. He need to be in this sector here. He want to be up here. He wants the popularity. He wants to get out there. He want black folks up here to be, yo, that's Anton Daniels. That's why you got that chick, that little, conservative girl. That's why you got her. You want her to be the image and trying to fake a relationship like y'all a power couple while your wife sit at home. Oh, yeah. That's why I said he was sounding like Drake. I was protecting my child from the world. Nobody know your child. What do you mean I'm protecting my child from the world? Who is trying to find your children? Nobody. Believe me, if anybody was looking, you put them on a public page. So if you was protecting them, you didn't do a damn good job. Mr. Derushalis. Is that how you say that? Derushalis? He's like, anybody's okay with Corey putting up the child. You're the problem. It's not up to us to be okay with it. It's up to him. Well, everybody in this chat then pretty much already told you, Derushalis, that we are like, we wouldn't do it. Like, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go to somebody's kid and just start destroying their children, because I'm very good at keeping it directly on them. Prime example. Everybody in this chat know that me and Gilbert Arenas for the last 4 years have been having and trading words back and forth. Y'all done seen the videos. Y'all done seen the videos. Y'all seen it, us going back and forth, right? When have I ever talked about his children? Never. When has I ever disrespected his father or mother? Never. But this man, Anton Daniels, have reportedly said things about people's kids, talked about races of people, they're trash, get them out of here. He talking about deporting people, get them out of here, and they kids, and they're dirty, dusty. Get them out of the country. Get them out of here. They don't add any value to America. He's been known to say that. But see, we don't know because we're not in his lane. We're not over there watching him. And see, white America likes Anton because he's going to say things that they are scared to say. So now when something gets thrown at him, he's the victim. So I'm just saying, if you're going to keep it funky, keep it all the way funky. Don't come pointing the finger at the crowd and saying, hey, y'all okay with this? Hey, that's on y'all. I done heard way worse jokes in school. People doing the dozens. Your mama jokes all them, and your sister's so stupid. She went to, he's like, what was that? No. She was like, your mama said, oh, your sister's so stupid. She couldn't even pay attention. Right, they be talking about everybody. Man, your sister's so black. She went to night school and they marked her absent. I be like, man, they have said all these crazy type jokes since we were kids. Nothing was off limits. Everybody used to get it. So this is like, now that he wants to move the goalposts and play the victim card and using you, this is bad. I didn't mention anything about him. And yeah, now if you disrespecting somebody, I could see if his family members were deceased or he was telling a lie on the child and just saying, you know, like this child was a man and had a sex change and all this. Like if you're doing stuff like that, then you know now you're going into a whole different realm. You know, you're doing something that's completely out of bounds. Talking about deceased relatives and things of that nature. That's when it starts to go at. Right. That's how you start to go out of bounds. Me personally, that's what I'm saying. If it's me, I'm not going to do that. But I can't tell Corey what to do. One, I don't know Corey. We're both from Chicago. He's from the same buildings as me. He's from he's from the Taylors. From what I was told, I'm like, oh, if he's from the Taylors, then all right, well, cool. But we don't know each other. There's plenty of buildings in the Taylors. We don't all know everybody. But that is not the point. I just don't know him. So, but anyway, what I'm going to do, call and tell a grown man, hey, man, I don't like what you did. He said, does he really think he can have 1 foot on the black side and 1 foot with the Charlie Kirk audience? Yeah, they all believe that. They all believe they can. Thanks for the super chat, bro. My cash app is Carcino. Appreciate y'all, man. Don't forget to join my Patreon, which is Carcino for Life. We have free memberships. We have all the memberships because you don't want to miss what we do when we go over there and we can go scorched earth. Because I'm going scorched earth. Tonight's the night. I've been waiting for tonight. Yeah, so it's like everybody who real can see it. It's like your energy changed up. Now you want to play the victim. This the victim Anton. You know, the Machiavelli Anton we heard whenever he had these little spats and spaz out. So I've never watched a lot of his content. I only really heard of him from Kwame Brown was the first time I heard of him. Like I've seen him like a video or somebody said Anton Daniels said this and that, and then he would mention Anton Daniels. And then I saw like Anton Daniels, he did something about, it was something that was going on in the economy. I think it was squatters. And he had something he was saying about the squatters, and I was in agreement. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, see, that's cool. That's what I'm talking about. But I've never really had a full experience of Anton Daniels to know him and know exactly like, oh, that's the Anton we've seen. Now, that all flipped. He came on the show and talked to Gil. So I was like, oh, hey, there it is. There's Anton Daniels. He came on there. He was talking back and forth with Gil. And then all of a sudden, Kenyon Martin sees that, and then that goes left. All of that goes left, immediate left. Yeah. So once it went left and Kenyon said his name on the show, and that's when Gil was like, oh, yeah, Anton. Once he said that, he went off on Kenyon Martin. And at first, it was like, oh, okay, it was something. It was light. Then he went like dark and went way over the gun line. And I was, oh, man, because I had super chatted him. I'm laughing. Oh, man, that's a good one, man. That's a good joke, man. That's good, everything. And then he just went way off the rails. I said, ooh, bro. I don't know him like that to tell him and warn him that you shouldn't do that with Kenyon Martin at all. Because ain't none of this I'm going to sue stuff going to help you, bro. Ain't none of that going to help you when you see Kenyon Martin. Like that, dude, his tag is straight jacket crazy. I think that's his Twitter handle. That ain't a joke. That man is straight jacket crazy. And when you might go to Whole Foods, see, that's the thing. You think like I'm oblivious to all this. I'm in Detroit. You go to California, you go to events, you'll go to somewhere to eat, you might go shopping, you might be in Whole Foods, and guess who you're gonna run into? This big, tall giant named Kenyon Martin. He gonna know exactly who you are. And when he went silent on you, he ain't respond back to that at all. I said, ooh, you in trouble. You gonna be dialing Gil and everybody else. You better hope his wife there to pull him off your ass. Because ain't gonna be no step outside with him. He gonna throw your ass outside. Hey, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. That's Mr. 1950 right there. Yes, sir. You know, that's what I'm saying. Real recognize real, man. Real recognize real. You see, everybody is in a simulation around here. Most of these guys don't get it. They didn't come from the trenches. They never had to really grind to get anything. They placated to a agenda to fit in because there's always an open opportunity for a spot for anybody want to do some Sean Coonery. Oh, you want to do some Sean Coonery? We got it right here for you. Here's your Pookie Award. Oh, thank you so much for this Pookie. Come get your Pookie Award. Right. You make racist white people feel comfortable. They like people like you. They'll say stuff to your face like, you're the whitest black guy I've ever met. That's the most disrespectful thing you could ever say to a black man. But I bet you heard that a lot, Anton. And you probably smiled when they said it to you. And I said, oh, he gonna get on Fox one day. Somebody's like, no, he was on Fox. I'm like, get the hell out of here. I'm like, this dude? They was like, yeah, he was on Fox, dog. I'm like, you lying. I was just saying, like, man, he gonna get on Fox one day. That's his goal, to get on Fox. They was like, man, he was on Fox. I was like, yeah, damn, Fox didn't drop way off the map. But I'm like, good Lord. Yeah. Because that's the agenda. He said there's a video when white man confronted him and he didn't do nothing. Hey, dude, that's the agenda. That's how they probe. That's how they move. Fakeness. 24 hours a day just walking around fake.
Now, morally, you may not like it. It may upset you. Corey didn't break the law. It was grimy, but he didn't break the law. But check out what Anton's saying, because he's saying a lot of things sound like he just talked to her attorney before the show.
Pulling her.
And this, my bad. And this is why I believe if Corey would have banged on him, he would have sued Corey. I think he would have sued Corey. And I think Corey's right, because I think he already knew that this guy probably was going to sue him.
With school, early therapy, making sure that she is protected, trying to see what the fallout will be.
Keyword.
As far as her having to be removed.
Keyword.
From some of her competitions.
Keyword.
Because of a lot of different things, including online bullying and
Keyword.
psychological damage.
Keyword.
There's a lot of fallout from what happens to my daughter's life because she is so accomplished. She has
keyword
some of the greatest schools in the United States of America that has been seeking her out, scholarships, looking for her to join the team. He's
building it up.
On track to be a United States Olympian. She was supposed to be possibly in the next Olympics.
I just want to know where that energy was. Where's that energy? Can somebody tell me where is this energy?
Hey, anybody that's friends with Corey, anybody that hang around that, hey man, don't do nothing, don't say nothing out of.
Where's that Corey at? I mean, where's that Anton?
He a hoe, he a snitch in every facet of the word.
Where's that energy? See, when you out here talking about your child, you out here talking about what he did to your child.
Man, I'm telling you, shouts out to Mr. 1950. Hey, thanks for the super chat too, bro, for coming over, man. I'll tell you, we got this thing told to the perfection, everything down the line. This dude was like, yo, anybody standing there with him, don't say nothing. Like, I'm like, dude, what is you doing? It's like, this is not even you. That fake energy, man, that stuff will get you hurt. You from the D, you would know better. But you know he ain't going to act like that in the D. I would have thought your brothers would have taught you better than that. Yeah, he the weakest one out the crew. He probably the brother that they don't really deal with too much. They only deal with him because, mama say be cool with him. Hey, mama said we gotta be all right with him. But man, we used to whoop his ass as a kid. He always had a little smart mouth. Mama used to always spoil him and keep her under him. He's like, can we cut this? Anton is not rich. I don't know if he is or isn't. You know what I'm saying? But I even seen people trying to come after Kwame Brown because of him. Like, Kwame, you switching up on him. I'm like, are we serious? I'm like, are we serious? Now you want to come after Kwame Brown? Wow. Hey, Kwame, you switching up. Like, I'm like, how is he switching up on Anton Daniels? I don't think Kwame said anything like that was something that he was okay with or he was going to do. I'm quite sure Kwame Brown said, hey, that's their business. I'm just reporting what's happening. And that's what he's doing. These dudes are what we call tokens. They're selected and put in places like academics, a guy who has no connection to hip hop whatsoever. They're going to be talking about, well, you know, one of the top hip hop guys and reporters, academics. Like, academics? Dude, they ain't got nothing to do with hip hop. Putting people like that in place is the problem with it. He has no ties to it. Then real people got to sit there and try to take him seriously.
Absolutely. I think it's unfortunate because the majority of my interactions is me being looked at as the bad guy because ultimately they think that I'm supposed to be on code, even though I know and they know that it's not in our best interest, in my family's best interest, in the country's best interest. My man. And when we continue to play identity politics, the thing that they usually refer to is our previous history and electing people in office that ultimately even they will concede that they didn't have our best interests at heart. And so when I'm interacting with these people, often at times it's very difficult for them to step outside of being on code in order to do the thing that's even in their best interest. So I'm often looked at as a bad guy, but in reality, they know I'm telling the truth. And that's why it's so difficult for them to be able to convey and then debate what it is that I'm telling them, because they already know what the truth is. They're not unfamiliar with what it is that they experienced over the last 3.5 years.
Now, as you saw right there, Anton was on Fox. And he went after Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris, and he didn't go after her. He was just saying, like, I wouldn't vote for her, this and that. Because but why would they choose you to come up there? It's because they needed your chocolate face. They need your chocolate face to come on this all-white platform which speak nothing but filth and slime and lies about people that look just like you. And I know because I watched them do it here in Chicago. They had a town hall meeting with the mayor, and they went and cut to the end of the entire doggone hall. Didn't post anything about what was really said. Just wanted to talk to them about the conflict when they were trying to get people to leave who time was up, and they didn't want to leave. They wanted to still stay there and talk. And they were getting them out of there. Look, the people are under duress in Chicago. It's just out of control. So I know they play out angles and political agenda moves. But to me, you can't tell me what Republican ever did something in the community for people that look just like you, Anton Daniels. Can you please name them? What policy did they put in place for you? What did the Republicans do for the people in Detroit? What centers? What recreation things? What did you go fight for in the city of Detroit? Where you from? You're speaking on Kamala Harris and the president of the United States, but what are you speaking about in your own city? You see, that's the part that's missing. You're from Detroit, but never talks about Detroit. Me, I talk about the aldermans. I talk about it all. My uncle's running for office right now. I can't vote for him because I'm not in his district. Yeah, I'm not in that district, but you guys don't know who your aldermans are. Everybody that's in there. Yeah, but you got to call that out. You got to be from a whole different. Yeah, I know. We're going to worry about the executive branch, but not the judicial or the legislative branch. But let's worry about who the president, because that's where they want your mind to be. And the people that's supposed to be paid to do the stuff for you, you're not even on their head to find out what they actually are doing for you. Absolutely. And if you are in Chicago, you can vote for Andre Smith, 2nd District, Cook County Commissioner in 2026. There he is. Like I said, our people are boots on the ground. He was the one getting the immigrants out of Black neighborhoods when they were trying to force the immigrants to live in the Black areas. My Uncle Andre was out there. So, Cook County Commissioner Andre Smith in the 2nd District, if you're in the area and you're able to vote in the Cook County. Like he said, we deserve better. Now, absolutely. Now back to it.
You out here talking about what he did to your child.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that energy? Where's that energy? Take it outside. Where's that energy? Because I'm going to tell you right now. Corey said he did that to bring the courage out of you. See, mobsters, this is a mobster technique. A mobster knows that you are near and dear to your family. So if you cross me, I'm going to get you and your family. That's why the ties are so strong. That's how mobsters move. So if you are enemy to me, I will get you and your family. So if I'm Anton, I'm coming to get you. I know where your studio is. I know exactly when you film. I got you. I got you. Pay a little somebody, a little something, you know, follow you home or something. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Because I wouldn't be able to look my family in the face again knowing that I allowed this to happen. Nah, I ain't trying to take you off. I ain't trying to unalive you or nothing. But you gonna know that I was there. I just need the energy. I need that energy. Y'all let me know in these comments.
How damaging this is to her psyche. I don't know. Who knows? This can be a lifetime of damage. We
Keyword.
don't know what butterfly effect things that we do to our children.
Keywords. He's using them all.
And the one thing that most fathers, Black fathers, try to do is they try to make sure that their children are protected. That's what we do. as fathers, we don't really care what happens to us, right? Because that's just life. But we never, ever can imagine what would happen to our underage children. No. No matter what happens to us, we don't want anything. For those of us that are in our daughters' lives, we don't want anything to happen to our children. Under no circumstance. And so I don't know. I think that a lot of people don't really understand the impact. And I'm speaking to all of us, for all of us. We don't always know what the impact is to our children.
Yeah, he's playing it good. You can tell he talked to an attorney. He just set up his excuse also. Because once we find out that he's sued, he's gonna look more like a punk than ever before. Yep. Because why would you sue? You talked about him, he talked about you, and I know it was about your family, but he talked about it. He got you. Just admit it. He's a comedian.
We don't know the psychological damage, the emotional damage, the wreck that happens in their lives when other people go after children. I thought that children was off limits.
Children has never been off limits. This is how I know you ain't been in the trenches. Children has never been off limits, ever. You're going to run into somebody that's going to go lower than you, and they will get a hold of your kids.
But I guess not. I guess not. So my number one concern, and I'm going to say this, and again, this is for all of the civil, awesome Black people out there and people in the United States of America that want to ensure that their children are protected. My number one goal is to always try to figure out how I can protect my underage child.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
He's making sure we know that she's underage and protect her, do any means, because he's going to sue. He's going to sue him, but he doesn't really have a case.
That's Mr. 1950 telling it like it is. Sue for what? You're going to expose yourself to something you don't want. They all crashing out. It's all about who we root for, who we like. They want everybody to match that energy. And now Kwame done switched up on Anton Daniels.
Just saying. No, I still learn something from them. You guys think just because you make a critique of something that somebody put on the internet, you don't think you could have learned from him. I could have learned from him. And if he would have stayed in posture, people could have learned from him by having a conversation with Corey instead of asking to fight and go outside like a Neanderthal. Y'all just don't want to hold people accountable. You can't call people a Neanderthal and then display the exact same behavior as said Neanderthal. And I'm right about what I'm saying because he openly admit that he matched energy. Sounding like real player haters? No, we sound like some niggas that's keeping motherfuckers accountable that come up here and attack celebrities all day. I'm what y'all call a celebrity. So anybody that come up here and talk shit about celebrities, Charleston White, even Anton Daniels, he separates the room based on education, based on celebrity, based on all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think none of that shit make any sense. You don't gotta separate the room.
I'm a Christian first. I'm a Christian first. I'm a Christian first.
I'm a Christian first, but I'll beat your ass, nigga. Come outside. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm a Christian first. I'm a Christian first. This wasn't YouTube. This was real life. We all commenting on this thing days later. This is a man that identified himself as a Christian and then looked like the world right after that.
First. I'm a Christian first.
I'm a Christian first. That's a declaration. That means you're supposed to be looking to create new disciples. So if Corey Holcomb got out of pocket, you don't expect the minister to nut up. You expect the minister to show him to God. You expect somebody who identify as a Christian to disciple to this person, to talk, minister to this person and teach in a way with love. Y'all want to excuse the behavior because that's something y'all would do. It made you feel good. See, this was all ego. It made him feel good to attack the bully. Listen to what he said. It made me feel good. I came up here and bullied the bully. That's all worldly. That's all of the world. That ain't had no Christ in that at all. And y'all want me to call out Corey and being cool with calling out Corey, but you don't want to call out the person that said, I'm a Christian first. If this is a pastor, I'm a Christian first. That comes with a grave responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't supposed to act like other people.
That's right.
As bad as you want to, you're not. And that's why the churches are having a crisis right now. They are acting just like the world because being a Christian is boring. You got to get slapped and turn the other cheek. You got to let people talk shit to you and you got to minister to them. That don't even sound practical. That's why most people can't even live up to the Christian faith because you're supposed to be humble. And it's hard to be humble when somebody being an asshole to you. You giving me the right excuses, but that's of Satan. Those excuses that you guys are giving is of Satan. And I'm right there with you. I'm going to go to hell with you, goddamn, because I'm kicking ass. I'm sorry. He ain't through with me yet. But you cannot use this Christian thing as a cover-up, and then you distinguish yourself as this smart guy against a Neanderthal, and then you act just like the Neanderthal. That's crazy to me. Dirty Mackin is Dirty Mackin, KB. Cool. True indeed. I'm just giving a reason why I think Corey did it. You know. Am I saying you should Dirty Mac? No, but my thing is, if you gonna, I don't feel like I Dirty Mac'd on Charleston. I just reminded him of what he said. I'm from the Georgia, nigga. We got a song to say, I ain't say that, he said that. Stand up. No, if you said something, stand up for what you motherfucking said. If you said something.
That's if you said something.
Look at these weak fools in the chat that's on Anton's side, knowing he was wrong too. They both was wrong. Can y'all acknowledge that? Heck no, Buddy wrong on all accounts. Stand on it. Yeah, Corey was wrong and Anton was wrong. They both was wrong. You can't just sit up here. See, what it is the guys that have similar characteristics, similar upbringing as Anton, there's similar disrespect and trauma as Anton, they're moving with Antoine. That's why I say it's all about who we like. The guys that more are like Corey, most of them are agreeing with Corey. I can be unbiased and say that they both were wrong. Corey didn't have to take the little jabs or that you ass kissing and all that, but that's how us men talk. And some of y'all took that as disrespect. Okay, cool. Anton say he don't give a fuck about what another man say. So why would he sit up there and get offended? You calling Corey sensitive. You got sensitive about the ass kiss conversation. You got offended by it, and then you acted in kind. Where was the God in that?
Exactly. Because the people don't really recognize what really got Anton hot. What really got Anton Daniels upset was the fact that he got boxed in. When he says, I want you to talk about the contributions, why you never talk about the contributions white men has done to ruin America? Why don't you you don't ever do that? He's like, oh, I do that on my video. I have done that. Then why don't you do it now? Talk about that. Oh, I don't want to talk about that right now. He didn't want to talk about that right now. So he was busted out. So Corey was like, oh, you don't want to talk about that right now. Because you kissing ass to these white folks. So now he boxed in. Now he mad. Because now he didn't got to a position that he's boxed in and he never answers the question. Because that's the question he don't want to ask or talk about. But if they was black, he'll talk about them all goddamn day long. But when he's white, he got to be careful. Got to be careful now. When it's white, it's always right. So he goes ahead and runs that narrative all the way to the ground. Then he started taking, well, you've been sucking the D of black people. And then when he see Corey's energy rise, that's when it got to a point like, hey, dude, don't do that. And he goes, no, you've been sucking D, da, 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 da. Then he saw when he got serious. Was like, all right, y'all step back for a minute. Let me sit right next to him. Let me switch seats. He ain't said it again because he knew at that point, had he said it again, that might have been the last 5150 show we have seen. They would have had to cut the cameras. They'd have had to cut the cameras. Cameras got to go off. I would have said it again. Well, that to me, you asking for a fight. And I don't know the conversation he had, but it sounded like from what Corey said, he was real nice. He was real polite. And when he came there, he switched up and was an entirely different person. I've seen that happen before. And I said, wow, this dude is really not who he say he is. And they don't even know they played themselves. It was a YouTuber who was like on YouTube, you would think they the gangstest dude alive. And then when you talk to him, it's like, oh, wow. That's really not you. You're really just an internet guy. Wow, if the people in the world knew this. it was different. It was real different. And I said, oh, wow. That's crazy. Oh, that guy would never, Anton Daniels would never debate me on any topics. He will never do anything of that nature because, first of all, he'll say, well, I'm not getting on there with any unknown people. He'll try to discredit me and minimize me to say he don't have to do it. So it don't even make sense to go that route. Like I need to have him for me. I know how people like him think and operate. No, he's not chess. He wants you to believe he's playing chess. He's playing goddamn Uno and pick four. But he wants you to believe he's playing chess. He's not playing chess at all. If you're a chess player, nobody see your moves. That's a chess move. We are literally predicting his moves all the way down the line. That's not chess. That is not chess at all. I don't think it's anybody in this chat didn't know what he was going to do. I told you what he was going to do. As soon as that was over, so everything that happened on the show, I said, oh, yeah, he finna do this. He finna do that. That guy gonna sue. That guy to do this. He gonna play the role. As soon as he said that about the daughter, I said, oh, yeah, he gonna play this role because that's exactly the only role he can play. he can't match Corey's energy. Right. Everybody knew. His chat didn't. Do you know who his chat is? A bunch of white conservative men. And any black Republican men who in the military who just follow assimilation, they over there. All right, this dude beating himself in tic-tac-toe. Like, damn, I didn't see that move. Damn. I just beat myself. You don't agree with bringing his kids into it. You don't have to agree with it. You know, my thing is, I wouldn't have done it, but he's a comedian. Comedians talk about kids all the damn time. It's not off limits to comedians. Robin Harris, right? What did he have? I go to the house. She got 4 more kids. I'm like, who the hell kids are these? Oh, these baby kids. They coming with us to Disneyland. Ain't that a bit? These daddy kids. They where the fuck is daddy? Oh, baby, you had to go downtown. Well, why she ain't take her kids with her? You know, little bad ass kids. Can't get none. You go over to girl house late, you passing out. you wake up, he over there. Can't hang, huh? Damn right I can't hang. You supposed to be in bed anyway, little fucker. Hey. Hey, he over there drinking coffee and taking no-do. Test tube, baby. Man, everybody done talked about babies. They have talked about everything. Dog, this new passive-aggressive thing, he shouldn't have said that about that man's daughter. Y'all listen to Charleston White disrespect people 24/7. And he ain't even a comedian. All he does is insult black people. All day, say crazy stuff, try to invite people to go to jail or try to take him out, and y'all sit up there and be raving, man. CW, wow, man. Charleston, wow, man. Y'all be patting him on the back, but y'all want to play the violins because he said a comedian said something about his daughter and played a video that his wife made. He need to be talking to his wife and saying, why are you making a video talking about me having personality disorders? That's who he should be making the video for. He should have a YouTube video right now talking about his wife. Going, I don't know why my wife out here talking about her. I ain't talked about her damn weave and that damn ridiculous ass wig she got on her head. Oh, that wig was horrible. I haven't seen a wig like that since probably, man, my auntie had a wig like that. Oh my goodness, that one been passed down. Yeah, My auntie had that one, boy. Rest in peace, auntie. On the west side, she had a wig just like that. Yeah, man, that was woo, that's one of them old wigs. Like that's the all-purpose wig, the one you can find under the bed and everything. Look, I found one of your wigs. Here it is. The all-purpose wig. Maybe like I need the dust. You just grab one of them wigs, get a stick, and go to work. Oh, well, if here's the thing that's gonna happen. Like, let's say he does try to sue, right? First of all, he never says the daughter's name. He tells the picture and says your daughter. And he never says Anton Daniels' name. See, he called him Futon. So you got to understand that there's levels that Corey was doing as well. Futon was named. He said Futon. He never said his name. He never said the daughter's name. The picture that he's shown is a public photo, which means they wasn't privately hidden that he brought out. So he used a doggone picture that was already there. So when he spoke on him and spoke on the daughter, he never mentioned the daughter by name. He's just going off of, the photo itself. So now, because he put out another video, and the video after that, he stated that, taking the girl out of school, putting her in classes, we got to process all this. Now you actually have to do these things. Because if you didn't do them at said time, when you went on the internet and said that you did all these things, if you sue, I know a good lawyer, and I know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go back. And they're going to see that you pulled a kid out of school. Did you do this? Did they say the therapy? Everything that you said that you did and your wife had to do, that's what's going to be there. And then your daughter is probably old enough. She's over 10. You're old enough to get on the stand. And they can put your child on the stand. Are you okay with your child taking the stand? You want to put your daughter through that? I don't think Anton is suing. I'm telling you, it's the threat of the sue is what he want to do. The possibility for everybody to talk about. He's not suing. He's not going to sue because this thing would get ugly. Because then Corey can countersue. And when he countersue, he's going to say, you enticed him to keep going because you did a video after your appearance on the show, pretty much goading him to respond back to you, saying he was scared, he got there, he did nothing. So it was like you went there to entice him to fight you. So now you don't like what happens after the fact, and now you want to sue for that. But you enticed this man to come after you. So now they will clip up a lot of things he has said in the past about black people, other people in the past, and they would embarrass Anton. He would have the attention he don't want. And the superpowered left that don't like him, the media, they would have a field day with him. And the fact that the way you tried to get the side piece on the show, that was just not the way to do it. No disrespect to her. This Mika girl who, another black woman that wants to be with the conservative party because that's the only way she can get attention is to be with that party because they only want them for their black face. Because you notice if any of them was speaking about, let's say they were speaking about the blacks in the Democrats, right? I'm speaking about the Democratic Party. They wouldn't get no attention. So they want to go and do something abstract and say, oh, you know what? I'm going to say black people suck. And they just need to stop doing this and that. And they need to come over here. And, you know, hey, yeah, right. Hey, well, look, she's black too. Hey, grab her. And they gravitate to them. And then they feel like they are stars because they're saying things that white people can't risk being publicly saying, even though they think it. So they'll say, hey, here's some money. We're going to back you up with money. We're going to give you these little few dollars to keep you going. You keep saying the things that we want to hear, we'll keep giving you some money. And it's little money to them. They said Mika is a black Latino from DC. She's also married. That makes it worse. That makes it worse, Bree. Because here's the news. If you're gonna go that route, then you'll sell anybody out. If you're willing to do all that, what the hell they gonna be dealing with you for? They're gonna chop up videos showing Anton saying F Malcolm X, F every. This dude would do anything to get on. What would you do for a Klondike bar? That's it. What would you do for the Klondike bar? I would act like a seal. Y'all probably too young to remember that commercial. There was a commercial that used to embarrass white folks all day. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Would you bark like a dog? They be barking and acting like a seal. I'm like, this is a crazy commercial. No, that was the first time we've ever seen white people do stuff like that. That's normally commercials they have for black folks. And that was the first time you seen a commercial where they made white people look totally crazy. What would you do for a Klondike bar? And that's exactly what Anton is doing up there. What are you doing for a Klondike bar? What Anton's gonna do for the Klondike bar? Would you sell out your race? Absolutely. Come on down. Anton ain't got nothing. Like she said, he's got so many different personalities. She's probably married to one of them. And the other one is out there. One of them want to be a pimp player. One of them wants to be this, I'm an advocate. And one of them wants to be a Christian. One of them wants to be. He's none of these things. My Christianity, my faith. I'm like, I met a chick last night. I'm in here winning big money gambling. And the chick behind me last night talking about her faith and it's my faith and all that. I'm like, where was your faith when you was popping pills and getting your back blown out? That didn't look too godly to me. When you're getting your nipples pierced, that the Lord said that those nipples look better with these rings in them. When you was twerking on the floor, did the Lord tell you to get in position? I don't think that's what he meant by he's getting yourself in position. And all right. So I guess they call him a coin. You're a coin, Christian only in name. You're a coin. You're a coin, homie. Flipping the coin. Christian only in name. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Coin that term. Oh man, you know how the Republicans, they're rhino. Republicans in name only. Yep, he's a coin. Christian only in name. You a coin, dog. They're gonna be, yeah, he is a corny ass nigga. Hey. I would love, he said, what? He said, I would love Holcomb to interview Jason Whitlock. Just one time. Oh man, that would be live. Because that would work. That would work. He said, people. Jason Whitlock, one, wouldn't come nowhere near them. Because Whitlock would have sued the moment he said 3 words against him. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Right. He looking like, I've already got this space covered. What y'all doing here? I want that Sean Connery award. Gonna be like, oh, really? They're gonna be really, dog. Really? They'll be okay. That's what we doing now. All right. Exactly.
So therefore, you're both wrong. Y'all acting like, revenge of the nerds. They acting like revenge of the nerds.
Now, Kwame Brown said they were both wrong. And you know, people came in Kwame Brown's chat trying to allude that Kwame Brown was turning against Corey Holcomb, trying to cause division, trying to cause separation. You know, for the past 4-5 years, they've been trying to get me to go to war with Kwame Brown, like everybody else. All them other weak people do that. They'll come in and he disagreed with what you said, Carcino. He said something different. I'll be like, well, we are 2 different people. If that's what he felt about that situation, that's cool for him to feel like that. He made up his own mind. Man, you just do anything with Kwame Brown. And it's like they get mad because you don't get mad and want to go to war with somebody. And me and Kwame normally agree on 90% of everything, if not more. But that ain't enough. They want to see black folks in conflict. None of us wanted to see Anton and Corey. I didn't even know that had even took place. I had no idea these people even knew each other. So you can't tell me everybody was like, oh man, I've been waiting on this. I'm like, waiting on it. I didn't even know these 2 knew each other. So when it said Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb, I was just confused. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, yeah, okay. Now I see, yeah, it went left fast. Like they didn't even get to have a real show. Things just jumped off the rails right away. Corey tried to ask him some real questions, and he didn't want to give any real answers. That's how I saw it.
He's speaking for the people that he claimed as the C students and all this. So they're like, yeah, get that bully. That's the dumbest shit in the world. And I'm going to tell you why it's dumb. It didn't even take 24 hours to show why it was dumb. See, I'm from the street, so I know why that's dumb, and I know why you're going to lose. It's not a very good thing to put yourself in situations that 9 times out of 10 you're going to lose.
I'm a Christian first. Boy, you use your paper to fuck bitches you would normally never be around. You ugly ass boy. You ugly ass boy. You brag on having no children out of wedlock. You got a picture of his daughter? I'm a dirtbag. You got a picture of his daughter?
That nigga got a picture.
Woo.
Yeah, I want to make sure I go past the daughter part because I don't agree with him putting up the man daughter. His daughter didn't have anything to do with it. I believe in matching energy sometimes. I would understand if Anton put up one of Corey's kids, then I would have understood why he put him up. But I don't understand why he put up the baby. He could have just said she was whatever without putting her picture out there for the world to see. So I don't agree with that. So I'm not going to.
See? And they said Kwame Brown wasn't being fair. You see what I'm saying? Now, what about what Kwame is saying is him leaning to one side over another? Nobody I know said, hey, man, that was cool what he did about the kid. Nobody. We all say we wouldn't have done that, but since Corey did it, hey, that's Corey. But what you want me to do about it? And that's how Anton is looking at everybody like, look, man, y'all okay with this? I'm like, dude, what are you looking at us for? That's your kid. That's your wife. What you hell you looking at us for? As crazy as you've been talking. Now all of a sudden y'all just gonna let this happen to me. It's like, nigga, what? Stand on business. Stand on mother business, boy. Stand on your business.
Show the picture, but this is why I tell y'all you don't want to go there with certain people because guess what? Anton's made a mistake. If Anton is a smart guy like he say he is, we all know that Corey Holcomb is not above this type of content. This is what he does. Like it, leave it, whatever. Corey didn't change who he was. Anton is the one who changed. And being the fact that Anton studied Corey Holcomb, he should have knew better than to take it there with a guy that can bring blowback on his wife and his children. This is exactly what I was saying the other day. You are not going to be able to match energy with a wife and with children. You're not.
Yeah, you can. Some people don't give a fuck, KB. They don't care. They got a wife and kid and they can match energy just well. They don't give a damn. Trust me. I've seen people married with wife and kid. They ain't changed a bit. they will still match that energy. they wife and kid. Some people, it depends on who you are. I think Anton Daniels, without the wife and kid, was the same way. He's always been that way. No wife and kid is holding him back. That's some personality. That's who that person is. That dude has an identity crisis.
You're gonna have to go take a different route, and then people are gonna see that there's a distinct difference between you and that person. And that's why you should never take it there. Let's say Corey Holcomb was a shooter. Anton said he ain't gonna never go to jail. So if you argue with a shooter and the shooter spin the block and start shooting at you, you ain't got your goddamn own security, then what? Just because you have a firearm don't mean you're gonna win the encounter. So as a married person and as a businessman, it's certain energies that you don't even participate in.
That part is true. As a businessman, and you in the world of business, sometimes you gotta mind your business and saying that might be bad for business. Can't get involved in that. So definitely that is true. 100%.
It's certain energies that you don't participate in, because now, and I'm gonna stop it right here because Corey, I don't know how many times he's gonna put his daughter up. Then the man put his wife up. Now his wife is an adult. And I'm going to play what his wife said because this shows a little bit of Anton's character. His wife is the one that know him. And she speaks towards his temperament and said that he could potentially unalive somebody one day. So this guy might not be a good steward of his family, because if you're a ticking time bomb like that, and you at a point where you got a wife and a kid, and your wife is saying that you'll potentially unalive someone, like listen to what she said.
You know that. The clip with his wife. This is the funniest shit.
Oh, wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with.
Anton is a Christian man with a lot of different personalities. That sounds like a schizophrenic. Anton is a very difficult man that has a bunch of different personalities. That's what she said.
Emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. So you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't.
Projection. So the first thing that Anton said to Corey was, don't be emotional. And the first thing his wife is detailing out is that he's an emotional man. The first thing that people want to do is they want to project. His wife said he's emotional, that he doesn't communicate well. Here's a man who's communicating online to a lot of people. But she said he's emotional and does not communicate well. This is the person who knows him the best. See, you can put a mask on in front of other people. You can put your shirts on, your suits on, and you can act a certain way in front of other people. And then behind the scenes, you could be a totally different way. That's why I don't waste time trying to change up who I am. I cuss like a Salem in real life. I cuss like a Salem on the internet. Don't mean you no harm. I'm cussed like a Salem. That was a very old video of his wife. Let's see. That was a very old video of his wife. She doesn't look like that anymore. I'm not going off of the way she looked. That don't got nothing to do with me. I don't got to be the one sleeping with her. I'm going off what she said out of her mouth. And what she said out of her mouth is that she has basically a ticking time bomb husband that's emotional, that does not communicate well. I'm just saying. his wife saying that he a little crazy.
Oh, wow. Time.
Yo, man. Clip with his wife. This is the funniest shit.
Oh, wow. Times it can be hard and sad and difficult because Anton has a lot of different personalities, and so you have to be a certain type of woman to deal with. Anton is very emotional. He doesn't communicate effectively. I don't think that he has killed anybody before. I think he's before. I've seen him angry before. He's just like a totally different person.
I haven't seen him kill anybody before, but I've seen him angry before, and I think he's capable of it. This is what his wife said. Now, she could have talked about anything, and I don't know what made her touch on that, and this is not going to age well if he does anything to anybody, that his wife years back said he has a bad temper and that he's emotional and that he's capable of unaliving someone. This is what his wife is saying. So I don't know. And so we're gonna end that there because I don't know if I think Corey gonna put the kid up one more time, and I don't want to have to look for it. Because I definitely don't want to put nobody kid up. His wife is an adult, so I don't mind that so much. But because you can give commentary on somebody's situation without being disrespectful. So I don't think I disrespected his wife. Let's go to Anton Daniels' response. And that's why I said I think he would fight, because if you listen to his wife, he has a mean streak. He definitely probably will fight you. And he probably got a little bit of trauma from being bullied. He didn't give Anton no intro. Then he said, I'm looking forward to this class. Then he said, I don't look in the mirror and see a slick MFer. But okay, all of that could be true. But you're examining everything Corey did. You're not examining nothing Anton did. We'll give you that. Corey was wrong. Now, did Anton do everything right? As a Christian father that's married, did he do everything right? So happy you're doing a reaction to this, KB. Salute. Synergy Film, salute. So did he do everything right? I think Anton was bullied and coming back for revenge. Like, yeah, something ain't right. These people can't even say that both parties were wrong here. Both of these men are in their 40s. So Corey might even be in his 50s. So how can you say somebody won in this situation? This man up here talking totally different now. He was a gangster for 1 week. Now he broken. The man used the word, I'm broken. No. You were just ready to go outside. You were with the shits. How you gonna be broken in a week? You ready to go outside, you ready to match energy, and now he done took it to a place, that's it? Why you not putting up Corey Holcomb's daughters? You supposed to be matching energy, right? Because that was the intro. The intro. Ain't you supposed to be putting up Corey Holcomb kids right now? Because he really a sidewalk nigga, he should have stayed in his lane then. Hey, so now you don't want to match no energy now, huh? Now you sounding like a white Karen on motherfucking CNN. Oh God, I'm so ashamed of our culture. I'm broken. You should have knew that when you were fucking with Neanderthals. You said you was messing with a Neanderthal. You know where a Neanderthal is willing to go with it. And you supposed to protect your wife and your children, Christian man. But no, you let your ego override your ass. And now weeks later, or not even a week later, you talking about suing somebody. It would have been the next day if Corey Holcomb did his show every day. But the first day back, he get to respond to you after you done did 100 interviews, 100 reactions. I'm paraphrasing, I'm exaggerating. And you alleged that you were going to make $1 million off of Corey Holcomb. You was laughing. Shit was just good all a week ago, B. You were just smiling. I'm going to make $1 million off this. You just ain't know you was going to have to spend some of that money to take care of your daughter's mental health, did you? And why is it that the Christian man that don't give a fuck about what nobody think, how come he didn't pass that trait on to his daughter? How come the Christian man that got faith and values in God that didn't teach his daughter sticks and stones may break a bone, but words would never hurt you? Huh? How come you didn't teach her such a faith in God that what some man said, she ain't gonna give a fuck about? Huh? I'm just asking, because we all could get up here and say a lot of shit. But if, like, I got a daughter that, you know, I got kids that's been around me, and I got kids that haven't been around me as much. Now, I have kids that they was around me most of their life, and they act like me. They have my persona. They have my energy. I'm all but certain my 18-year-old will cuss you out. And just because it's learned behavior. I cursed. I walked outside sometime, but she's a straight A student, but I'm pretty sure she'll curse. And I know girls are different. Females are different. They're a little more sensitive. But at the end of the day, you got one child. You said you poured everything into this one child. Why wouldn't you give that one child your I don't give a fuck about what nobody say mentality? And if you're going to come outside and you're going to be saying all the things that you're saying, you haven't prepped your daughter for maybe hearing something about you and about herself that she may or may not want to hear. You know what I've never heard? I've never heard Barron Trump say he need to get some mental health. I've never heard Donald Trump say that they need to take Barron Trump to some type of psychiatrist. He done watched his daddy almost get unalived 2 times. He done watched the world flip from liking his daddy, everybody wanting to be him, to everybody wanting to unalive him. Every day somebody's saying something negative about this man's father. And I don't see Barron Trump asking for psychiatrists. I see Barron Trump taking whatever the fuck come with it, the good and the bad. But the Christian man had to come up here after he decided to run a play, after he decided to take things a certain way. He said he studied the person. He said he knew who he was going up there with. But he didn't factor in Corey Holcomb has the capacity to say goddamn near anything out of his mouth. He didn't factor that in. Let's see. Are you afraid of Corey? Seems like you made a bigger deal about words than someone's underage daughter being harassed online. This is weird. I didn't even harass them, so you want me to be held accountable for what Corey did after I said I don't agree with it. I got to be afraid of Corey because I said I don't agree with it. And I'm holding the person to task that said they have a mental advantage, they have a Christian advantage, and Corey is a Neanderthal. So I'm taking this gentleman at his word. I don't expect anything from Corey. Matter of fact, I expected Corey to say and do something like this. Remember? He's a Neanderthal, right? What do you expect from a Neanderthal? So if you already conducted research and already said that this brother is a Neanderthal, then why would I hold him to any type of standard? I'm holding you to the standard. You said you not like black people. So what you said? Black people are always sensitive. So you set the standard. You placed yourself above Corey Holcomb. So I expect you to behave a little bit different than Corey Holcomb. Sorry, I don't see it the way you see it. When you set the standard and say, this person is this, and I'm this, you don't then turn around and act like that person that you was just talking down on.
As the culture, as the thing that we criticize the most. So I'm gonna just say this. I'm not gonna make it a long thing. I'm gonna be very, very clear, and we're gonna move on. I'm not gonna address it again. All right. So here's the thing. Since the beginning of time, I've always, my number one thing in life, above all, when I made the decision that I wanted to have a kid, and I said that I was only gonna have one kid because I wanted to make sure that I poured every single resource that I could into the kid, right? And that is the purest thing that we can do, is that we can take care of our children. Our children are the ones that are our future. Now, I'll give you a little bit of insight for those of you that may not be familiar with my daughter. USA team, at different points throughout the year, she's usually ranked about number 2 or number 3 in the country. Junior Olympian, probably has close to over 325 medals, of which 200 and maybe 80 of them are gold. Has traveled across the world representing our country. And it's probably the sweetest soul that I personally know. Now, of course, we can be a little bit biased because all of our kids are the sweetest things to us. Those of us that are in our kids' lives and that are participating in our children's lives. But a very, very accomplished minor child, meaning that she's still a child. And one of the things that I tell my daughter every single day is that I want you to stay in a child's place. I never want you to grow up too fast. I never want you to be out here doing things that you're not supposed to do, because you have an expectation on your life. And so the thing that I've always done is try to protect my daughter against the world, from the world. And what this has shown me is that eventually all of our children, and she is still a child because she is an underage child.
So when he gets sued, hold that stand. I'm still gonna hold that stand, because I'm not the one getting sued, because I'm not the one to put the kid up. And that doesn't mean he's gonna win the lawsuit. If the young lady posted the picture online like this, it's going to be tricky to win the lawsuit. But even if he win the lawsuit, his daughter's still going to have that damage that he was talking about. Money don't replace damage. Anton and his followers obviously don't know what 5150 means. I'm trying to tell you, like, you can't start shit and then now you was just matching energy though. And that's the thing. I was the one last week saying, how you gonna match people energy when it's people that'll go to lower than a mother trucker? How are you just gonna automatically say you're gonna match energy? It wasn't even a week and he done matching energy. I'm just trying to figure out, how can you say I'm matching energy and then turn around and don't match energy? Oh, I got to show this shirt. Yeah, you don't know Jack Judy. Yeah, you don't know Jack Judy. That's the shirt I'm wearing tonight. I look good in this shirt too. Yeah, you don't know Jack Judy. Yes. Salute to Cash Rich. But I don't think this was a good look. Yeah, he's setting the stage for a suit. He's setting the stage for a lawsuit, saying that he took his daughter out, took her out of school. I didn't hear him say he was suing, but the things that he's saying, it sounds like he's setting up for a lawsuit. He may not be suing. He may be just taken out of school, doing all these things just to show that this culture is so much of animals. But my thing is, if you know the culture is animals, don't play with the culture. Marching doesn't mean Neanderthal response. Did you meant to say matching? What do you mean marching doesn't mean Neanderthal response? If you're saying Corey Holcomb is a Neanderthal and you act just like a Neanderthal by offering up the fight first, I don't understand. I don't know.
All of our children eventually will have to see how ugly the world is. All of them. Regardless of how we feel, regardless of what happens, all of our children will have to see, will have to see what the world is. What we as parents are supposed to do is protect them as long as possible, until they have to see what the world does, right? So this is what I'm gonna say. My focus right now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get into the show. My focus right now is trying to figure out the psychological damage, impact, and trauma that has been done to my daughter.
That's why you shouldn't have been trying to match energy in the first place. You got a wife and you got a kid. Corey don't have the responsibilities that you have. The first thing a dude with that type of mentality, and Corey got kids too, but he's not going to feel no type of way. The first thing he went to was your kid and your woman. If you knew anything about the streets, you know the streets going to go to your woman and your kid. Everybody always talking about no women, no kids. They lying like a motherfucker. The first thing a dude going to try to do is play in your bedroom. Try to get your girl and tell you about it. Tupac, put it on the song. So you got to know these things when you're dealing with men. What's this? I don't think a lot of these people remember what kind of comedian Corey Holcomb is. He does sketch comedy. He will go low and cook you. He'll go super low. And everybody know that about him. So if you know, you know. We're not saying that it's right. We're not giving nobody a pass. We saying avoid the heartache for your children. Ignore Corey in that manner, or at least don't start the shit up. You're going to trigger the man by saying SMD, a comedian that got the range of jokes that he can joke with. Now he done said a joke about your daughter that I'm almost certain that a lot of other people are laughing at her about. So Corey said he walked with the code of the street. So kid and family off limits. The fake ups driver that robbed the house, they killed everyone except the kid. The fake UPS driver. I'm talking about the fake ups driver. Brother, you must not really understand the streets and how it goes now. Nobody really ever left your family out of it. When Tupac got into it with Biggie, he allegedly had sex with the man's wife and then put it on record and said, I F'd your B, you fat mother. So do they really leave the women and kids out? Or are they caught in the middle and used as pawns? Because most men try to sleep with everything around you to make sure you understand their presence. I don't know who taught you that, but like I said, some people you just leave alone. Some people, when you know where they'll take it, you leave them alone. Especially if you got a family, especially if you got something that you want kept sacred. You leave those people alone. All this, hey, how motherfucking Kevin Gates said his new song, you talk good as a bitch on the internet, but you not like that. Y'all be talking good as a bitch on this internet. I match energy. I do that. Man did one thing that you not willing to do. Now you're broken. Match energy. Put his daughter up. Or stop talking like that.
Bingo.
He don't got to be the boogeyman. He just got to leave people alone that you're not willing to do what.
You got to leave that boy alone. You got to leave that boy alone. Anton, you from the D, you know this. You got to leave that boy alone because you don't want to get that boy gone. Hey, leave him alone. Leave that boy alone, boy. You got to leave that boy alone. You know, leave that boy alone. Because you don't want to get that boy gone. You don't want to get that boy gone. Leave that boy alone. Oh, 100%. I don't know that young lady. But she's just a girl that's trying to blow up on YouTube. Okay? She's a girl that's trying to get money on YouTube. And when she sees somebody with money on YouTube, they gravitate to the money. Do she want Corey? I mean, she know Corey Holcomb, and she was like, man, I want to be on there. I went to go see Corey's show. Anton looked like a way to get to the show rather than somebody she was interested in. Somebody said, I am a liberal clown. I can only watch you talk basketball. That's it. How am I a liberal when I've never, ever been liberal in my life? Because I don't align myself with Donald Trump. I'm a liberal. No, I'm independent, sir. Just ask and you'll get the right answers. I picked the right people for the jobs. But, you know, there's stupid people everywhere. And we got one right there. See? What I tell you? Told you he was stupid. Look at him. He's the best ever. Look at him. He ready to blow Trump right now. Right. Never went liberal ever. They just don't know what to say. If you don't agree with Trump, then you must be a liberal. No, I'm just a person with common sense. Thanks, Alexander. And he's a member too. That's what's up. Detroit in the house. Dion, man. What's up with your boy, man? Anton Daniels, man. He making the D look bad, man. What's going on? You got to talk to him. He said, maybe one day we'll start using, he said, maybe one day we'll get to a point that people will stop using words they don't know the definition of. Maybe one day. Touch me and I'll sue. Yeah, punk. Touch me and I'll sue. Yeah, he did lay him out. Isaiah is better than them. He said, I don't like Anton Daniels. Damn, this is the D. That's the D. Look, liberals are delusional. They're delusional. I mean, that is just the best definition for them. Liberals are delusional. Conservatives are in denial. That's how it works. And it is the truth. Conservative people, you say, dog, look at that. They just blame Somalia for scamming America, and the white woman scammed them for the Somalia. They got her name right there. She's arrested. She scammed them out of $250 million. No, that can't be right. That's fake news. No, it's still Somalians. Yeah. I didn't think they were that smart, but actually they got some that's pretty smart. They figured out how to get $250 million. It was a white woman. She scammed them for $250 million. She said she was giving money to them, and then she didn't do it. They got her in jail right now. There it is. That's our arrest picture. She's in jail for it. Where'd you see that? Look it up. This looks fake. That's MSNBC. MSNBC. It's not on Fox. So right away, these people will not look under the hood. They're in denial. They'll be, well, Republican Bob got caught cheating on his wife and everything else. That's fake news. And okay, all right, we do have the videotape. Yeah, I saw the tape. Okay, what you didn't say nothing about Clinton. What about Clinton? I mean, what about 1998 or 2000? They're in denial. They will never face what's in front of them. If they don't think it, if it makes them look bad, they don't see it. They don't want to see it. But want to keep pointing out other things with deflections and pointing out Democrats. But what about Obama? What about Biden? What about, I mean, what about the guy that's in charge right goddamn now? All right? I don't want to hear about Obama. Obama been gone since 2016, 10 years ago. We talking about right goddamn now. What you got for me? Liberals, they're delusional. We're going to get brand new air. We're going to get new water. We're going to clean everything up. There's going to be every job in America open. We're going to open the borders. We're going to do all of these things. Now let's have a party. Come on, Bruno Mars and Beyonce. I can feel it. They're gonna be like, wow, this is amazing. I love it here. Too bad nothing's gonna get done. None of this is even possible. But what a show. And they got fireworks and candy. Wow. This is amazing. So both sides are full of shit. You just have to understand that. And people just sit there and they nail themselves to a side. Like, no, this side is great. No, it's not. You have to find the things that work for you. Who's doing something for the people? They actually have politicians that try to get this done and work, that they run through red tape because they run through a hierarchy that comes in and says, no, we're going to strike that down. So this is why the people who vote and they go and pay attention to the town hall meetings and they have meetings on these things. That's why we're never present anymore. We used to be front and center, but now we're too distracted. It'd be like 5 people down there. Anybody oppose this bill? Anybody who oppose it, say nay. Everybody oppose it, with it, say yay. The yays have it. The next thing you know, they got a law in place that cut your goddamn wages, your Medicaid, every damn thing, because none of y'all black asses is down there. So this is why I'm trying to tell you, you got to pay attention to what's happening on surface level. You worried about the president of the United States of America, you need to be worried about the judicial branch and the legislative branches, because those are the branches that's going to be whipping your ass. When they get that branch off that tree and they tearing your ass up and you getting them whips and them lashes, it's coming from them. And I'm out. Thanking you. Yeah, don't forget to join my Patreon too, which is Carcino for Life.